bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. Guys, this COVID thing's out of control. We know it's out of control. We've been talking about this since last week of December. We know it's been something that's been raging out of control for a long time now. But it's hitting poorer countries, and a lot of them are suffering, and a lot of them are going through a lot right now. And it's really tough to stomach some of this. So, guys, we need to get the word out of importance to make sure you wear gloves, sanitize, wash your hands. Look, I'm always sanitizing my hands. I'm even sanitizing my mic that I speak in, because you could have this thing and go away and then reinfect you. You wouldn't even know it. You get it 4 times back and forth without even knowing it, because the reinfection rate is becoming a big deal, and that's what they're calling the second wave, right? So here it is. COVID cases just passed 1 million. 52,000 deaths. And there it is there. United States of America, 240,000. Italy, 115,000. Spain, 112,000. Germany, 84,000. I knew Germany was going to pass China from yesterday. We did the numbers yesterday, and I knew that Germany was going to pass China. China's got no new cases. China's like, they found the cure, so... France will pass China in 2 days, I said. 2 more days to go. It's 3 days. Then Iran, I'm not sure about Iran. I can't really... UK, everybody on this map will eventually pass China in time. Everybody. Even small countries with small populations like Portugal will pass China. So, I don't want this to happen. Wow, new deaths in France. Let's look over real quick the new deaths here, guys. France, yeah. Oh my God. Spain. Italy still above the 700 mark. USA above the 700. United Kingdom above the 500 mark. Belgium hitting new records here. Are we seeing it starting? Because USA was over 1,000. Are we seeing things in the USA start to slow down for new deaths? But they have more new cases. That's well, let's find out new cases right here. Yeah, USA's got a lot more cases, right? Spain, just right behind Germany. So we discussed this, guys, how it's going around, how this virus is spreading. If you want to go to the John Hopkins coronavirus map too, type in John Hopkins. Just type in coronavirus. Let's see if it's this one. Nope. Does it give me a link to it? No, it does. Does it? No, it doesn't. Some of them just take you nowhere. Just don't. Maybe they changed the website. No. Well, they changed now. All right. So there's. Well, what I'm trying to say is, let me show you here on the map what's going on, so you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So we looked at this already the other day, and we've been discussing how COVID's gonna work. COVID is like a figure 8 right now in Europe. So what is happening right now is that it's coming from northern Italy, and then from northern Italy, where the migrant worker areas are, where they make Gucci wallets and stuff, and workers, a lot of workers live here from China that come and work. Sometimes they work seasonal. Sometimes they work. They live and work in northern Italy. So here it is. It's coming like this. Watch. It's going around, up, like this, and no, it's coming up, like this, and doing like a figure 8 towards here to Portugal. So it's doing this. It's from the Mediterranean. It's doing like a figure 8, and you can see it on the numbers. When you pull up the numbers here, you could see under, let's say, under new cases, okay? So we got new cases set up. Spain, Germany, Italy, they're all beside each other. UK's just across the English Channel, right? Turkey's starting to get infected. They're east of Italy, right? France is just west of Germany and east of Spain, west of Germany. So Canada is picking up a lot of momentum, but I believe in the Netherlands, Switzerland, and Belgium, they're all here. And then last but not least, Portugal. So it's doing this figure 8 thing around, and it's moving itself around on the map here. So you're seeing this. You're seeing this type of thing going like that. Like I said, the eastern parts here, Russia has this kind of wall, this little mini wall here, where they're protected from these eastern foreign Russian states, and people tend to travel a lot less east in the winter, so they usually go to Portugal down here, to go to the Algarve and the beaches. And here, let's drop ourselves here and see what's going down in Faro right now. So people go here in the winter. So that's where they are. That's where a lot of people go, southern Lusitanian Ocean. Anyways, so let's go here. So this is really bad, guys. I saw this. I mean, I feel so bad for some of these people. As the coronavirus spreads in Ecuador, bodies are being left on the street. Quito, Ecuador. I've been to Quito. The corpses have been overwhelming Guayaquil, a port city of 2.8 million people, the epicenter of the coronavirus crisis in Ecuador. Over the last few days, several were wrapped in plastic and left on the streets. Others have lain unclaimed in hospitals and clinics that have been overwhelmed by the infections. The city morgue is full. The majority of dead are believed to be victims of the virus, but nobody can say for sure how many. There has been little testing. The country has confirmed 2,700 infections and 93 deaths, 60 of them in Guayaquil and its immediate surrounding. But municipal officials there said that they have recovered at least 400 bodies in recent days. Mayor Cynthia Verti, who announced that she has tested positive for the virus, said the national government should be responsible for collecting the corpses. They do have a military in Ecuador, and I think they should start getting those Humvees and trucks to work. You know what I'm saying? They're leaving them in villages. They fall in front of hospitals, she said in a Twitter video message. Residents last week, no one wants to recover them. The majority of those whose bodies have been found on the street were probably indigenous, said Hector Galarza, a publicist of Guical, but it's generating panic. On Monday, a former mayor announced the formation of the Crisis Committee of businesses, government, and academic leaders, whose goals include resolving the transport and burial of huge quantity of cadavers accumulating in the clinics and hospitals attending the pandemic. Juan Carlos Fiera, an attorney in the city, said public frustration is growing. People are asking that some authority take charge of the dead, but the lack of response means they are being left in central streets of Guayaquil, he said. The mayor said on Tuesday that unclaimed bodies were now being placed in 3 refrigerated cargo containers while the authorities pursue plans for a new cemetery. The city government is denying news reports that new cemetery will be a common grave with all the victims buried together, saying that this news release that all would receive a Christian burial. Between 50 and 1,000 patients per day are showing up with respiratory complaints. Guayaquil's largest hospital in Los Ciobos, officials there said many are false alarms, but high volume of stressed and medical center at the breaking point. The National Nurses Association said up to 370 nurses across the country are believed to have been infected with, and 5 have died. The country first known coronavirus cases confirmed on February 29 was a 70-year-old woman who had arrived weeks earlier from Italy and resided outside of Guayaquil. She died 2 weeks later, by which President Leon Moreno had placed strict restrictions on the international and domestic travel. Ecuador's borders were sealed on March 16. But residents of Guayaquil, a bustling port city filled with open markets, were slow to take seriously restrictions imposed in the national local governments. Give me one sec, guys. Sorry about that. I think someone was at my door, but at the office door here. Sorry about that. 2 weeks ago, the mayor used city vehicles to block the runways of Guayaquil's international airport to prevent landing of KLM flight sponsored by European governments to collect citizens stranded in Ecuador by travel restrictions. The fear was that the air crew might infect local citizens. The airplane finally landed in Quito, the capital, where 170 foreigners boarded for a return flight to Amsterdam. Viteri said on Twitter that she will continue working as long as she can to protect Guayaquileños in the moment of difficult as this one. I will be where I am and how I am, she wrote. Don't leave your houses, protect the elderly and the weakest, and take care of each other. Special correspondents Jaramillo Vieterti and Corral reported from Quito, Ecuador, and Bogota, Colombia, respectively. So this is in the Los Angeles Times. And Ecuador to collect debt as coronavirus spreads. Toll mounts in Ecuador.
This family is stuck outside of their house because their dead relative's inside and has been for some time.
We have been waiting for 5 days. We're tired of calling 911, and the only thing they say is to wait a bit more.
It's something that's happening across Guayaquil in Ecuador. Many bodies have simply been left in the street. The collapse of funeral services, full cemeteries, and a curfew has meant that many aren't able to bury their dead, and authorities are struggling to help.
Every day we're getting hundreds of calls from people in Guayaquil who have their dead loved ones in their houses, their cars, their neighborhoods.
She also promised extra beds for medical staff and emergency food kits. But many are far from happy with the national government. This was the health minister till a week and a half ago. She resigned, saying it lacked the resources to deal with the pandemic.
The relatives around here suffering, living in poverty. Supposedly, the government says that here they will help them, but they give nothing. Everything they say is a lie. Everything is just blah, 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 blah.
Meanwhile, people wait outside of Guayaquil's overwhelmed hospitals, not knowing if their loved ones will come out alive or be added to the long list of the dead. John Holman, Al Jazeera.
Holy crap. All right, let's move on. Indigenous race into Ecuador's Amazon to escape COVID. Fearing report of history, indigenous groups in Ecuador rush back to their territories in an attempt to escape COVID-19. Quito, Ecuador. An indigenous Wariani leader from Ecuador's Amazon rainforest watched as her indigenous colleagues and family and friends rushed back to their territory this week in an attempt to escape the threat of the COVID engulfing the region. Some traveled by car, bus, others flew by charter plane and traveled by boat upriver, deep into the rainforest, where there are no roads. So that's ultimate. This right here, guys, is ultimate off-gridding right here. If you want ultimate off-gridding, that's off-gridding right there. Live off the land. That's how they do it. That's how we did it for thousands of years. So I got some news here that I want to share with you guys directly from Ecuador. I'm going to kind of speak over here a bit, if you don't mind.
Amigos, muy buenas tardes. Bienvenidos a 24 horas. Atención, el Comité de Operaciones de Emergencia Nacional amplió la suspensión de la jornada laboral hasta el 12 de abril y anunció que desde...
So they're extending their emergency state until the 12th of April. Now, here's the deal. In Ecuador, they have a green area, a green zone, a yellow zone, and a red zone.
Del 13 habrá un semáforo con restricciones distintas según las provincias. Hola María Isabel, buenas tardes.
Hola María Gracia y amigos, muy buenas tardes. Las clases permanecerán suspendidas todo abril y en la actualización de cifras en Ecuador hay 3.163 casos confirmados y 120 fallecidos por el coronavirus.
And what they've confirmed from coronavirus deaths, that they know their coronavirus deaths is 1,000.
Fue el presidente de la República quien dio a conocer las últimas decisiones del COE nacional. Así las autoridades prolongarán la suspensión de la jornada laboral
They want to again extend the quarantine time
hasta el domingo 12 de abril.
Desde el 13 de abril
13th of April. I think it needs to go to like July, if you ask me.
Existirá un semáforo de restricciones distintas según
Oficial. El país superó el centenar de muertos. A la fecha son 120 las personas fallecidas, aunque adicionalmente se registran 78 muertos probables. La mayoría de los fallecidos están en la provincia del Guayas, es decir, 82. 10 se encuentran en El Oro, 6 en Los Ríos, 5 en Pichincha, 4 en Santa Elena, 4 en Azuay, 2 en Manabí, 2 en Cañar, 1 en Sucumbío.
So you're telling me that the country can't handle that many deaths? And people complaining that there's all these coffins on the street and everything, and that many deaths, they can't handle that? I'm pretty sure more people die just in car accidents per day in that country than what's happening, you know?
Cotopaxi, Bolívar, Imbabura y Tungurahua. Con esto la tasa de mortalidad subió al 3,79%. Y
So now they're saying it's increased 3.7%.
Los casos confirmados son 3.163.
Positive cases 31.
Casos confirmados.
That's tested though.
Con examen diagnóstico, prueba de PCR
Diagnostic test.
de tiempo real. Tenemos también 3.302 casos con sospecha.
And they have 3,300 and something cases under suspect.
Que ya se les ha realizado prueba y estamos esperando resultados.
Podemos evidenciar una centena de ciudadanos. Muchos han llegado a abastecerse de alimentos a los supermercados y otros hacen filas en los exteriores de una entidad bancaria para terminar algunos trámites pendientes. Es el panorama que ha ocurrido y que se ha evidenciado durante el mediodía, pero no solamente ocurre en el sur de la ciudad. Hemos hecho un recorrido durante todo el día y hemos podido evidenciar que este panorama se repite en el centro y también en el norte de la ciudad, donde las filas en los exteriores de mercados y supermercados son interminables. Nos hemos acercado a varios ciudadanos a consultarles por qué han salido durante este jueves particularmente a abastecerse de alimentos, y esto ha sido lo que respondieron. Escuchemos.
Por lo que se ha escuchado, que 24 horas de toque de queda, nos toca salir a comprar lo que falta en la casa.
So she's got the next 24 hours to get what she wants and gets what she needs inside her house.
Por esta disposición que se va a dar de las 24 horas, los 3 días. Por eso
they're going to go 24 hours a day. The store will be going 24 hours a day for the next 3 days so that people can get what
estamos tomando las medidas necesarias para tratar de abastecernos lo más que se pueda.
Tenemos que buscar la manera de proveernos por el tiempo que vaya a durar esto.
Bien, recordemos que durante este jueves se entiende que por las nuevas medidas de restricción vehicular solo pueden circular por la ciudad aquellos vehículos cuyas placas terminen en 0. Sin embargo,
so they gotta have a special license plate, una placa. So they're gonna have a special license plate to allow.
Hemos visto que han salido muchos vehículos con diferentes números a circular por la ciudad sin ningún problema. Han sido miles los ciudadanos que han salido.
Because in Ecuador, the license plates work. A certain number or a certain letter at the end actually demonstrates or it tells you what state or area they're from, and they're trying to crack down on people coming from other places so they don't take it from this place like New Jersey and New York, remember?
Durante este jueves en Guayaquil abastecerse de medicamentos, como lo escucharon. Lo han hecho porque escucharon del gobernador del Guayas que se iba a proponer al COE.
Así que si de pronto usted está en la calle, trate de dirigirse lo más rápido a su domicilio porque el toque de queda a nivel nacional empieza a las 2 de la tarde hasta las 5 de la mañana. No fue acogido el pedido por parte del gobernador del Guayas que se amplíe el toque de queda. Recordemos y repetimos, el toque de queda a nivel nacional empieza a las 14 horas y termina el día siguiente a las 5 de la mañana. Esa es la información que se maneja por el momento acá en la urbe porteña. María Isabel, usted tiene más información en estudios. Gracias, buenas tardes.
Muchas gracias, Paul, por tu informe. Mientras tanto, en la capital, entidades municipales realizan en estos momentos una fumigación completa al mercado mayorista, uno de los lugares con mayor afluencia de personas en esta crisis sanitaria. Paul Coello se encuentra
looking at big areas that would influence or areas more.
En el sur de la ciudad con más detalles. Te damos el paso, Paul, adelante.
¿Qué tal, María Isabel? Marcando las 13 horas
39 minutos. Así es, en pocos minutos iniciará la fumigación en el mercado mayorista, uno de los puntos de concentración que ha
This is a point of concentration. This is an entrance to another state.
marcado un conflicto en el municipio de la capital debido a que varias personas se aglomeran en este lugar. A eso de mediodía, las autoridades municipales decidieron cerrar ya este centro de abasto precisamente para realizar la fumigación que está a cargo de la EMOV y la empresa privada. Para hablar más de detalles, tenemos al secretario de Seguridad que se refirió precisamente al cierre de estos mercados y otras medidas que adoptará el municipio de la capital desde el día de mañana. Escuchemos al secretario César Díaz de Seguridad.
Así es, señor alcalde, desde el día de hoy solamente se...
podrán entrar cualquier persona, sino que tendrá que ser ya gente para realizar la compra de productos al mayoreo.
Muchísimas gracias a la directora de Infraestructura Vial del EMOV. Insistirles, desde mañana queda prohibido el ingreso de los ciudadanos a este mercado. Solo podrán hacerlo aquellos mayoristas que surtan los productos hacia los diferentes centros de abasto de la ciudad. María Gracia, tú continúas con más información, amigos televidentes.
Virtual. Virtuales. En el caso de la Fiscalía,
las placas del carro para yo poder ir a ver.
El secretario de Movilidad de Quito, Guillermo Abad, propone
Basically, they have something to do with their license plate numbers and stuff. So certain vehicles are allowed at certain times, or certain vehicles from certain regions can't go into other regions. I'm not sure, but that's what it sounds like it's happening right here. But there's a lot to cover.
Dejando todo impecable para cuando la ciudad se encienda y se encuentre, sea
all the garbage before the city gets shut down.
como un nuevo despertar.
Los levantamos a las 4 de la mañana hasta que pasen por ahí recogiéndolo. Pasa más o menos entre 6 de la mañana.
It's getting everything ready for the morning. Man, this is pretty intense, guys.
Estos mercados
Dado funciones.
Guys, wash your hands. Stay safe. Look. A good measure, rubbing alcohol, 3/4, a little bit of water to dilute it. It's really strong. It stinks, but I spray my mic, I spray my keyboard, I spray everything down every couple of hours, once or twice a day, just to make sure everything's fresh. Crack a window open. Always crack a window open, guys. Let your sneezes and coughs go outside, you know. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is a big deal. Man, Ecuador is being ravaged. Let's pray for them, guys. Guys, don't forget to add me on Instagram if you guys want to send me a message, okay? Message me on Instagram if you want. I get lots of emails every day. Go ahead and do that, guys. I appreciate it. And let's pray that this goes away as fast as it came in. Comment below. Let me know. Thanks for watching. God bless.